Welcome into the recap of the Cubs' 4-1 loss to the Atlanta Braves. The Cubs' fourth consecutive loss as they lose in Atlanta on Wednesday evening. Again, another night with very, very little offensive productivity. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, home of Kasasa Checking. Might be a funny name, but guess what? Free checking that pays you interest. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. It's about time that the offense gets going. Not seeing big hits in big spots. I was really impressed, the probably first 5 innings, the Cubs were getting 9 pitch at bats. PCA had one. Michael Busch had one. They have been knocking the starters out reasonably early in these games. And then we're seeing the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves just dominate. Same with the Rangers. Dominant performances by a lot of the bullpen guys, and the Cubs are not able to come up with a big hit in a big spot when they've got traffic on the bases. They even got a man on in the ninth, right away erased on a double play ball. But let's get into it. I'd love your thoughts. Post your comments right here on our Recap YouTube channel page. First of all, the Cubs fell behind in this game 1-0. This was in the bottom of the fourth. Drake Baldwin, Rookie of the Year last year, really good player. He homers to center field. It's 1-0 Atlanta. Cubs come back. In the fifth, Nico Horner, a base hit to left field. By the way, happy birthday to Nico. Dansby Swanson in the second. Carson Kelly come on down to score. And I'm hoping that the Cubs could sustain something in that inning. They could not, so it's a 1-1 game. It stays that way into the 8th inning, and then with 2 men on, Phil Maton in pitching, Mike Yastrzemski, who had a big home run last night, well, tonight, doubles to deep right center. It was Seiya. He laid out, tried to make a play. He had no chance at it. And 1-run scores. They throw out H.S. Kim at the plate. Really nice relay cut by Dansby. Boom, got him. Carson Kelly tags him, never even gets to the plate. And you're thinking, all right, 2-1 game in the 8th, you got a shot here. And then Maton hangs a breaking ball. And, I mean, it was hung. You talk about a spinner coming up, and they hit it out of the ballpark. Mauricio Dubon takes it out, 4-1. That'll be all the way this offense has performed, and that is the ball game, and the Cubs lose it by a final of 4-1. First of all, player of the game, we could go a number of ways. I'm going to give it to Shota Imanaga. He was magnificent tonight. 7 innings plus, 5 hits, 2 runs there earned, 6 Ks, did not walk a man, but bullpen let him down big time tonight. They did. When you pay Phil Maton a multi-year deal to come in and be your high-leverage number 1 setup guy, he can't implode like he did tonight, and he imploded. He was awful tonight. That's just a fact. So the Gallagher player of the game, Gallagher since 1927 has been there for the Chicago business community. Gallagher Insurance, AJG.com. Look, Imanaga deserves better support. He got you into the 8th inning, giving up 1 run. Magnificent outing. But again, when you look at the offense, and let's roll through the box score quickly, brought to you by Sinus and SnoringMD.com. I sent my neighbor over there. He said, my allergies are bothering me. I know you said they fixed your snoring. Guess what? He's going there to get his allergy problem taken care of. They do it all. Sinus and SnoringMD.com. You got a hit for Nico with an RBI. And then you got 2 hits for Alex Bregman. You got a hit for Carson Kelly. And that'll be all. 4 hits, 1 run. Awful. Absolutely awful. But, folks, it's a 162-game grind. That's what a baseball season is. So if you're going to panic, a team that won 10 in a row, lost 3, 10 in a row, and now has lost 4. If you're going to panic, let me remind you the Dodgers going into tonight have lost their last 4 by 4 or more runs. Yeah. And the Giants are not a very good team, and they've been pounding on the Dodgers. So relax. Be built for this. It's a long, long season. That's just a fact. If you look at what the Braves were able to do, they only had, I believe, 8 hits in the ballgame, and a bunch of them came in the 8th inning. Imanaga gave up 5. They got 3 hits in the 8th. They got a base hit from Kim. They got a double from Yastrzemski, and they got the Dubon home run, and that's your ball game. 100%. Our Hooters winging it starting pitching matchup. They went with J.R. Ritchie, 4 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run it's earned, 4 Ks, and 3 walks. And they used 5 different relievers for the Chicago Cubs. Imanaga, magnificent. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs are earned, 6 Ks, no walks, and the 1 home run. And Maton, 1 inning of work, 3 hits, 2 runs they're earned, and 1 K, did not walk a man, did allow the big 2-run home run. And finally, again, relax. They're going to be fine. It's a really good baseball team. Our Studio 41 home design showroom look ahead, studio41.com. You got one more with Atlanta, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be Chris Sale. You got Ben Brown against Chris Sale. That's a tough matchup. We'll see what happens. And then you go to the White Sox, who are playing really good baseball. If they close out the Royals tonight, they're back to 500, and they've been rolling. So it's going to be a really tough series. Find a way. Wake up Thursday, grab a cup of coffee, and find a way to win a baseball game. That is it. And then you come home and you get the Brewers for 4, and the Brewers are only a game and a half right now behind the Cubs. So a battle is on. That's what you want. That's why you watch baseball. That's why you cheer like you do. That's why it's one of my favorite sports of all time. Have a great rest of your evening. Cubs lose this one. Tough one. 4-1. Take that.